So the seasons are changing, we're into springtime now, and it is time to switch from chasing those big winter cod into chasing things like trout and yellowbelly. The guys down here at Tackle World in Wagga have been restocking the shelves with a full range of gear to chase trout and yellows. I'm here to do a restock before an upcoming session, so I'm going to run you through what I'm going to grab and what I think is going to work for the upcoming spring. We'll kick into some yellowbelly first, one of my favourite species to catch. I do enjoy chasing trout in early spring, but when it comes a little bit later on and things start to warm up, I'm going to be all over the yellows. One really good option for early season is things like your blades. These TT blades look unreal. Also got the Proficients there, and they've got the soft vibes from Proficient as well. Heaps of it. The Xeric fish traps, awesome option. Soft shell 90s, unreal. Trans Ams, and these little fellas. I think the Nomad squid trexers are going to be a little trick to have up your sleeve this season. Not a lot of yellers would have seen them, but I think they're going to be a pretty good way to entice a bite, especially in the early season when things are a little bit quiet still. They're going to be really, really good. As we move in a little bit further into the season, we will get into things like the lipless crankbaits. But right now, keep it a little bit more subtle, keep it silent, stick with your soft vibes and your silent presentations and things like that. Now when you do come in to grab your soft vibes, you will also need to buy a set of assist hooks. We'll duck down the other end and I'll show you what I mean. When it comes to assist hooks, there are a couple of options here on the shelf. We've got the Atomic and we've got the Shintos. The advantage of those is they are way less prone to snagging and they know how to pin a fish. They are needle sharp and they'll pin those picky yellers. So two advantages, less snags and more fish. So if you're buying your soft vibes, make sure you grab some assist hooks as well. When it comes to early season yellers, we know that the black go-up grubs work really, really well. The other option is to throw something like a paddle tail from Crush City. The guys have got a full range of those up on the shelves. Probably the other thing that's really, really important and often overlooked is to make sure you've got a full range of weights when it comes to your jig heads. From nice little lightweight heads like that, right up to more standard 1/4 ounce. You want to make sure you've got one for every situation. Your heavier ones for your steeper sort of walls. Your lighter stuff are really, really handy when you're on those shallower sort of flats and you want a nice gentle sink rate of your soft plastic. So a 1/16 or a 1/12 in that area is going to be a really, really good option. Plenty of options up here on the shelf, so make sure you grab yourself a few different packets so you've got every situation covered. The other great early spring species is impoundment trout. Now I know that you can be in Jindabyne and places like that have been fishing really, really well up on the edge using small hard bodies like the one I just kicked off the shelf. These little guys here from Daiwa. We've got the Berkeley Protex, the Jackson Trout Tunes, and of course we've got Tasmanian Devils, a range of spoons and hard bodies, Celtas, everything you're going to need to cover every scenario. If you're casting nice and shallow off the bank, a nice shallow running hard body is going to be the way to go. If you want to cover a bit more water, try a spoon, try something you can throw out, wind reasonably fast and cover plenty of water to try and find where those fish are feeding. Of course the other option for trout fishing is fly, and the guys here are expanding their fly fishing range, so we'll go down and have a quick look at that one. They've got a good range of flies here. Not that I know a lot about fly fishing, but from what I can see they've got a lot of different options. Leaders, tippets, bits and pieces like that. All those little incidentals you're probably going to be looking for if you're heading out for a session. The other thing, sticky weights. Pretty important to have those. I like to run them on some of the hard bodies and things like that to help them sort of suspend and get down a little bit deeper. Of course we've got a full range of lines and leaders as well. Super important to make sure you're running a nice 8 carrier braid at least, in my opinion anyway. Something nice and smooth, nice and finesse, and of course a nice light leader. Early season yellers and trout can be very finicky, so you want something that's nice and light to be able to fool those early season fish. So when it comes to early season yellers, these are going to be my 3 picks. We've got the Xeric fish trap, the Squid Trex and the TT switch prawn. When it comes to trout, it's very hard to beat the good old Tassie Devil. The other one I've picked up today is the Dr. Minnow joint number 2 from Daiwa. Very, very cool looking lure. And I think they're going to be a killer on those impoundment trout. Going to go and load up my basket, get out of here and get into these fish.